Good afternoon, employees of Regal Nissan. Hope everyone is doing well. My name is Toby Anderson. I am a financial advisor for Arista Financial Group. You're probably not aware, but Arista, we are heavily involved with a lot of aspects of your benefits over at Regal Nissan. We work on the health side of things, helping make sure you've got, the best possible benefits at the lowest possible cost. We're also the advisor on your 401k plan. And I have the privilege of heading up the individual financial planning division at Arista. I want to take just a couple minutes today, just kind of to do just a little bit of employee education. The focus is going to be on the retirement plan. I'm going to encourage you to take a look at that. If you're not participating, I'm going to encourage you to do so. But I want to do it kind of just in light of what's happened this year. This is an unprecedented year, as everybody is very well aware of. Schools are figuring things out. And unemployment is at all-time highs, and the stock market in general has had quite an interesting year. I'm going to share my screen here in just a moment, kind of give you a little perspective on things, how that relates to investing, having a long-term time horizon, and specifically, why you should invest in and participate in your 401k. So let me share my screen here real quick, and I will get going. So trying to put things in perspective is a little challenging. I mean, it's hard for everyone to know exactly, what's going to happen, and we certainly don't know the future. And when you go back to the first quarter of this year, it was an absolutely horrendous, first quarter as far as investments go. Nothing worked. Almost everything you can see down there on the bottom chart, everything went negative, and it went negative in a big way, and it went negative in an extremely fast way. Then came the second quarter, and it was a complete reversal. Everything started acting the way we wanted it to. Things started, coming back. Returns got significantly better. And when you think about what's happened, we started this year off with, some good momentum. Everything was going great, and then all of a sudden, mid-late February, the pandemic started becoming, front page news. And the stock market hates uncertainty, and it was as uncertain of a time as we could possibly imagine. And you look at that 4-week, period between February 20th and March 23rd, it was the fastest 30% plus drop in the history of the market. I mean, everything just stopped and went down, and it went down fast. But looking at forward, after that, it slowly started to recover. And what this chart shows is the importance of not making emotional decisions, staying invested, having your perspective for the long term. As it relates to your 401k plan, that's money you're saving for retirement, right? I mean, that's money that you're not making short-term bets on what's going to happen. That's a long-term, play. And this is just to encourage you to constantly participate, paycheck after paycheck, month after month, year after year, to help you reach those goals that you're trying to get to. And when we think ahead, obviously, front and center on the news here for the next few months is going to be the election. You're not going to be able to turn on social media or the news or anything else and not hear somebody's opinion. But don't let that hinder you. And again, this is just the point of don't let outside, circumstances and outside forces, impact the decision on what you're doing as it relates to thinking toward retirement. The market really doesn't care who wins and who loses. There's obviously different repercussions, from an economic standpoint, but the market tends to plug ahead, and it finds a way to get those earnings and get the numbers. And, this chart just shows that despite the makeup of, Republican, Democrat, White House, Senate, House, whatever it is, the market still tends to do fairly well. And this last chart I'm going to show you is why it's important to stay invested, to not worry about the uncertainty out there. Because if you look at these bar graphs, the further you go in a time frame, the more often you have a positive return in a balanced portfolio. Balanced portfolio simply means having a good mix between stocks and bonds based on your risk tolerance, based on how long you have until retirement. But over anything up to a 5-year plus period, you get positive returns. And that's really the goal of what you're looking for, as it relates to your 401k plan, your investments. So this is simply to encourage you to have a long-term focus, and more importantly, I think we're here to help. I work with individuals on a daily basis, helping them try to reach their goals. I am here to answer any questions that you may have. don't hesitate to reach out. There's going to be a link at the bottom of this video to my calendar. If you want to schedule a 15, 30-minute call to discuss anything as it relates to your 401k plan or anything else related to finances that you have questions about. If you need help with budgeting, if you're nearing retirement and you want to, get some perspective on what that's going to look like and, what retirement will how that big picture will play out for you, please reach out. We're here to help. If you've got old 401k plans from a previous employer, you're not sure what to do with it, that's a conversation we can have. But more than anything, I want to encourage you to enroll in the plan if you are not. It's even if it's a small percentage to start, it makes a big difference long term. It gets you in the habit of becoming a saver. We can discuss your asset allocations, your risk tolerance, to make sure you're properly allocated and set up to succeed. So again, just want to introduce ourselves to you, let you know that we're a service just because of our relationship with Regal. This is just another piece of the puzzle to help you make the best possible decisions, to put you on the track. The mission of Arista is to lead people to financial security, and anything that we can do to help you take that next step, we are here to help. So we're going to do these videos on a regular basis, probably quarterly, just to give you little updates, share some information, give you some perspective, and again, help you take that next step toward financial security. Thanks for everything. Have a great day and stay safe.